Hey folks, how we all doing today? Marty's back, and this time we are going to wrap up, no matter what it takes, wrap up this non-metal vinyl uh, excursion we've gone on here the last couple things. I've noticed a drop in views, which means less people are interested with that, which is fine, I get it. Um, if you're a new subscriber, how's it going? Thanks for coming by and spending some time with us, and with me. And feel free to comment. I try to answer everybody. And thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. Also, I want to thank everybody for coming around to these weekly discussions, live streams we've been having. Been a lot of fun. Getting a little cagey being trapped here all the time. But it's helped being able to talk to buddies and whatnot. And hopefully it's been somewhat entertaining for you as well. But anyway, I have a stack, and this is going to be it. A lot of the shit I haven't listened to in a long time, so don't expect super in-depth commentary on most of these things. But first up, I just showed this the other night in the live stream. This is The Judge. What It Meant, the complete discography. And as this album says, this is their just complete discography. This has the New York Crew, Bringing It Down, There Will Be Quiet, and Chung King Can Suck It LP on it. 2 LP set, nice gatefold. This guy here, and this guy here, I think. We're both in Youth of Today. I think he was the drummer, actually. He's a singer and Judge. They wanted something a little darker, a little more controversial, I suppose. So they formed Judge. Judge is awesome. Super great. I mean, it's New York hardcore, darker lyrics. Very cool stuff. If you're into that stuff and you've never heard Judge, definitely check these guys out. Next up is a Wax Trax single by Laibach. Ich liebe die Schlafspieler Nachsteinmenschen. As good as I can do. 2-song single, 3-song single, 4-song single. Panorama, Decree, Delib, and Die Grosset Kraft. Nova Acropola is my favorite by this band. It seems like this was good. This has been shit. I haven't listened to this since I bought it. This came out and is it going to give me a date? It's not going to give me a date. But these guys are very, like, Nova Acropola is very nightmarish industrial. I think that album is very cool. This is possibly around that era. I don't know, but highly enjoyable. These guys got really weird doing musicals and all sorts of other stuff, but Laibach, Industrial. Check them out. Here's some favorites here. Matt, I don't know if you've... Matt from Dark Path might be kind of psyched to see these, but this is the Ministry. This is Stigmata, a specially priced maxi single. This is on Sire. This has got Stigmata remix, and side 2 is Tonight We Murder. This is prime effort Ministry for me. This and the album that came after it, which we're going to get into here in a second. Next up is the Burning Inside 12-inch. This is a very cool... this is on Warner Brothers and Sire. This has Burning Inside 12-inch remix, Thieves 12-inch remix, and Smothered Hope. The version of Smothered Hope on this, well, it's a Skinny Puppy song. And Nivek Ogre, Kevin Ogilvy sings on it. He spent some time with Ministry during this era, basically drugging it up with Mr. Jorgensen. Saw them on this tour. I've mentioned it before. Absolutely great. This is an awesome 12-inch, by the way. On that same tip, next up is PTP. This is Paul Barker and Elaine Jorgensen. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. Alien Dog Star, which is Elaine. Scorpio, which might be Paul Barker. And then Frenchie Lamour. Spanish guitars. I don't know. It sounds like Chris Conley sings on this, I would say, but I could be wrong. This is a 3-song. This is a 2-song 12-inch on Wax Tracks. It's got Rubber Glove Seduction and My Favorite Things. This is a great... Out of the Aline Jorgensen side projects, this one strikes me as one of the cooler ones. Just there's a lot of cool feeling in it. But, you know, it's all the same, really singular drum beat with stuff, keys and shit thrown over the top of it. Not a lot of depth and dimension, but it's really good. Really, I've always enjoyed this 12-inch. Next up, I was a Sex Pistols fan, and it carried over into Public Image. This is what you want. This is what you get. Old Crazy John. You know, this is post-punk, dancey. Timing the length of that was always I like Bad Life. It's a good album. Other than, you know, This Is Not a Love Song. I think that's on this one. It is. Which is just that line repeated over and over and over and over again. If you are into John Lydon's vocals, you know, this early Pill stuff is really good. Next up, another Pill album, Flowers of Romance. This is on Virgin. This album I like, but I don't love it. It's very much a very drum-heavy tribal album. Martin Atkins plays drums on this album, and he is really mixed up. He's brought up pretty high in the mix. It's more tribal, more rhythmic, and a little less... I don't know, a little less accessible, I would say. But, you know, the title track is good. Under the House. Banging the Door. Good stuff. Another Pill album. Happy. This is when they started to shed the experimental side of their sound and started to adopt more of a 120 minutes accessibility. 120 minutes. Alternative Nation was that show on MTV. It was the alternative answer to Headbangers Ball, I suppose. Had Matt Pinfield as a host, and then that other guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But you know what? For what it is, I like it. The Body's a really good song. Seattle. Hard Times. Good album. I haven't listened to this in a long time, but there was a spell where I was into this shit. It was a nice break from the metal. Next up, from Italy, Raw Power. This is Screams from the Gutter. This is just really good driving Italian hardcore. The very last show my hardcore band Slaunchwise played was in Detroit, Michigan, at a club called the Old Miami down the Cass Quarter. And we opened for this band on their U.S. tour. They must have reformed or whatever. But, yeah, it was fun. It's a good album, good stuff, good hardcore. We got some more Elaine Jorgensen coming at you. This is the Revolting Cocks, and it's upside down. This is You Often Forget single. This is a Wax Tracks release. It is the song You Often Forget. The benign side is You Often Forget, and the malignant side is You Often Forget. So, it's a single for You Often Forget. Revco, this has Chris Conley in it. Luke Van Acker. Elaine. It's a revolving door of dudes during this era, and I really, really enjoy the early Revco stuff. Like I said, again, much like his other projects, it's very... they get a drum beat. There isn't a lot of dynamics. It's that drum beat going on for the entirety of the song with different keys and hooks and samples thrown over the top. The character is in the lyrics and the vocals. Very good. If you're into repetitive industrial on the dancey aggressive side, check them out. Next one is Revco with Stainless Steel Providers. Yeah, this has Stainless Steel Providers, and at the top, this is another Wax Tracks single. Is there anything on the inside? There's just an ad for Wax Tracks. Should probably take the shrink off of this. Anyway, getting a little more of an edge on this stuff. It's still really good. Do I have that on? I do. Beer Steers and Queers starts to get a little more guitar driven, mixed in with the industrial, and that's what this is leading up to, which is what a single this is from. This is Revolting Cocks. This is another Wax Trax single. Come have a fun time with the Revolting Cocks. This is their hit single off the album, Let's Get Physical, which is a cover of Olivia Newton-John's Physical, but with way more misogynistic, sexual type lyrics. Again, Revolting Cocks, always fun. After Beer Steers and Queers, they lost me. I know, Matt, you mentioned liking Linger Thick and Good. I just never clicked with me. Here's one. I hate it. It's got writing on it, but I got it for $5 back in the day. So never mind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. This could be 1977's answer to a boy band, but to be honest, it's a great punk record. I love it. I've always been a fan of the English punk sound, and you really can't deny that the songs on this album are fucking great. I mean, all of them are really, there isn't a bad song on this. Holiday in the Sun, Bodies, Anarchy in the UK. Even though that's pretty overplayed along with God Save the Queen, there's no denying that they are catchy and important songs when it comes to putting English punk / rock on the charts, which is even funnier knowing how many profanities are on this album. But this is a great record. It got me motivated to check out other things that John sang on. Obviously the PIL worship there for a while. More English styled punk / post-punk coming at you, and that is Siouxsie and the Banshees. This is Kaleidoscope. I enjoy Siouxsie and the Banshees. I had a couple friends, my buddy Scott, big time a Siouxsie fan. Happy House, Christine, Desert Kisses, Red Light. Good record. I probably picked this up cheap. Yep, $9. That's kind of my thing. I'm going to start getting all the old Siouxsie stuff if I can get it for a reasonable price at like a record show or a record store. I know this day and age, most record stores are using Discogs and eBay to price their records now, which sucks, but 'tis the way it is. I have to keep the lights on. And here's another really good Siouxsie and the Banshees album. This is Juju. Love that cover. It's total chaos, but very cool. This has Spellbound, which is an awesome song. Halloween, Night Shift, Sin in My Heart. Fucking awesome. If you've never heard Siouxsie and the Banshees, I should probably sum this up. I'd say post-punk. There is no distortion in the guitars. It's all clean. If there's any distortion, it's because the guitar was recorded loudly. If you're into earlier Cure stuff, it's kind of sits in that wheelhouse. Sue's vocals are very ethereal, unique, and I'm very picky when it comes to woman-fronted rock bands, or I don't know what it is. Some of them I love, I'm a little more picky when it comes to that. But I've always thought she had a very strong and unique voice and is a very interesting and unique individual, which helps sell this album even more. This one here is an awesome album. This is Hyena. Robert Smith from The Cure plays on this record, and he also played on the live album / video that came out for this album called Nocturne. He's a great guitar player. I don't think people really realize how good of a guitar player he is, and this is a great record. Dear Prudence. This whole album is good. We Hunger, Take Me Back, Belladonna. Great record. Dark. You could tell it's a little drug-addled. I think they were having some fun with psychedelics during this time. And here is a very commercial Siouxsie album, but this is probably one of her most popular. I think this really put the band on the map. This is Tinderbox. I love the recording and atmosphere of this record. Candyman, Canyon, Sweetest Chill, This Unrest, Cities and Dust, which is an earworm of a song. That song hits, you're singing it for fucking week afterwards. But this is a great record. Like I said, very commercial, very well produced. It's on Geffen, so I'm sure they had a good budget going in on this. But the thing that's really cool about this album, the songs are a bit more accessible, and there's like a weird reverb. The reverb adds this atmosphere to this record that's somewhat mystical. It's just a good album. If you're going to check out either Hyena or Tinderbox, if you're going to investigate Siouxsie and the Banshees and you have an open mind. Another favorite of mine, this is Sisters of Mercy. This is a single. Has Alice, Floor Show, Phantom, 1969. What is there to say about this? This is English, drum machine driven. Dr. Avalanche was the drum machine's name. Andrew Aldrich was the main guy in this band. I think he was the main guy, and there was a revolving door of other people. But excellent gothic rock. I would say if it was Sisters of Mercy or Fields of the Nephilim, I'm going to grab Fields of the Nephilim every time. They were up at the same time. Fields of the Nephilim just had more of a true band feel to them, and that uniqueness in the jangly guitars, spaghetti western. Sisters of Mercy to me was more stereotypical goth. A little repetitive as the drum machine, but Aldrich's vocals are fucking great. Next up, another single. This is the Reptile House EP. This has Kiss, Lights, Valentine, Fix, Burn. 1983. Crazy. Time flies when you're having fun, right? But very cool. Again, these two are very underproduced, but still the charm is there. It really sets a foundation for what the band would become, which really sets into play on this album. This is their first full-length album, First and Last and Always, and this is a great fucking record. They have a full band, but I believe it's still a drum machine. Black Planet, Walk Away is a great fucking song. Oh my god. And so is Marianne. Such a low, dark, depressing song. First, Last, Always. Excellent album. I don't have the one that came out, Floodland, on vinyl, just the CD. But if you're going to wade into Sisters of Mercy, I would start here, because it's goth, but it has an alternative feel to it. They get a little more gothy on the next album, I think. But this is really good shit. Next up, another favorite, Skinny Puppy. This is Mine Perpetual Intercourse. I don't know if this is their debut or not. There's Bites and Remission in there too. I don't know where in the timeline this falls, but this is the more dancey electronic side of they've always been electronic, but this is the more dancey side. But just the weird twisting songs like Dig It. That song is so fucking great, and the way they use guitars, they sample the guitars and put that sample in there, digitize it however the fuck they did it to make it just sound so cool and cut up and neat. Three Blind Mice, Antagonism, Stairs and Flowers, which is just an instrumental with a sample, Fell Down the Damn Stairs. Very cool. Love this band. I mean, obviously I got the poster you guys have been staring at forever back here. I'm a big Skinny Puppy fan. Next up is a single from that era, Dig It. Check out that, what the fuck is his name? Forgot his name. It just totally left my brain. Anyway, famous artist. He's been, you've seen this cover on probably a million other releases, but this is a 2-song single. This has got Dig It, which is a fucking great song, and The Choke, which is also really good. Skinny Puppy. Oops, I should probably put these the correct way. Yes. Next up, another Skinny Puppy. This is Addiction. This has Addiction, Deep Down Trauma Hounds. This must be during the Viva Sex 6 release. I like that album. I don't think it's as good as Cleanse, Fold, Manipulate, nor as good as what came after it, Too Dark Park. But it's a good album, and this is another good single. More Skinny Puppy. Are you thrilled? Censor. Extended 12-inch single mix. This has Censor, Pumpkin Park Zoo, Yes He Ran, and Censor. Good stuff. I think this is getting into the rabies era, which I like rabies, but I don't love rabies. I think Elaine Jorgensen should have stayed the hell out of Skinny Puppy, to be honest with you. Rabies is awesome for the song Warlock, and some others. Love Warlock is a great fucking song. But the rest of it, Is that Lemmy? That sure looks like Lemmy to me. I would bet you it's Lemmy. Anyway, moving on. Next up, another favorite of mine, UK, Subhumans, Day the Country Died, anarcho-punk. I like these guys way better than Crass. I was never a big Crass fan, but I do enjoy the Subhumans. They embodied that stereotypical UK punk sound. Super catchy, super energetic. The vocals are just pissed off. Super good. All Gone Dead. Mickey Mouse is Dead. New Age. No More Gigs. Till the Pigs Come Around. Subhumans were very cool, but like a lot of English bands, they would tinker a little bit with reggae, which not enough to deter you from how good these guys were, because it was 95% punk, but there was some reggae that seeped in on occasion. These I just picked up last year at a record show. I have them on tape as well, but Subhumans, From the Cradle to the Grave. I've probably shown this before. This is a gatefold. Again, this band stayed solid throughout. I think as they went on, members of this band started another band called Citizen Fish, which was pretty much all reggae. And therefore, I did not really pursue it. Nothing against reggae, but if it's not Bob Marley, to me, it's just not reggae, because the rest of it, he was the pioneer that everybody wanted to be. But I mean, this is great. Forget. Wake Up Screaming. Where's the Freedom? It's a good song. More Subhumans. This is 2929 Split Vision. I had never heard this until I picked it up last year. It's good. I don't have their newest one, but between CD, cassette, and vinyl, I think I've got all the rest now that I've gotten this. But Somebody's Mother, Think for Yourself, Walls of Silence, Heroes, Worlds Apart. Awesome. I showed this the other night during the record stream, our stream. Suicidal Tendencies, the self-titled. This to me is the only Suicidal Tendencies you need. This band went weird, funky, and then traditional, not traditional. They went kind of Bay Area thrashy, which to me does not at all make up for the intensity found on this album, because this is an intense record. I Shot the Devil, Subliminal, of course, Won't Fall in Love Today, I Want More, Fascist Pig. This is such a great record. If you have, say you've got Lights, Camera, Revolution, you think that's suicidal, you should need to throw that right in the garbage and buy this one and correct a great wrong in your life. Next up, Tad Salt Lick. I tinkered around a bit with some grunge. I got this for $1.99 at a local record store that is long gone. This is a good record. It's a little later in the career, so I think it's a little more grungy, a little less noisy, but High on the Hog, Wood Goblins, Glue Machine. Good stuff. Check it out. Next up, if you're a fan of The Accused, then you should check out Toe Tag. This is Blaine. This is basically the guys that are in the Accused tribute band called Accused AD, and Blaine singing. And this stuff is really good. It's much in that vein as The Accused, but I prefer The Accused a little bit. But this is still good. Eric Bauer picked this record up for me. Thanks a lot, Eric. I like this, but I kind of miss Tommy's riffs. Probably not good to say, but I really enjoy The Accused. The Accused really were awesome, and this is really good too. I've really enjoyed this as well. But then I got from Blaine, bought them from him, a toe tag 10-inch and Throat to Scrote toe tag. Very cool. Again, it's in that Accused vein, maybe a little slower, less punky. Less punky, maybe more punky, just not as metal. It's a little less metal, more punk. Next up, this is a blast from my childhood, and my dad listened to this album, and I found this in Wisconsin, cheap and in good shape, and I love it. The best of greatest hits of Waylon. My dad had this on 8-track. Honky Tonk Heroes, Lonesome, Ornery, and Mean. I mean, it's got all the classics. Ramblin' Man, Mamas Don't Let Your Babies, Always Been Crazy. Waylon scratches an itch I get once in a while. This is a great record, and he was a very unique talent, good guitar player, and had a very strong, very unique singing style. You could tell it was him when he sang. And we got 3 more. And there's probably some more upstairs, but I'll show those later. Youth of Today, Break Down the Walls. Because I look like a Youth Crew kind of guy, don't I? Don't I look like I should have, X's on my hands and nice haircut and nice button-up shirt? I don't, but I still like this stuff. Very cool. I think Ray's vocals are a bit of an acquired taste, but the overall piss and vinegar that these guys throw out is commendable and infectious. There's a lot of energy on this album, and I like it. Like it a lot, actually. Don't listen to it probably as much as I should, but when the mood hits, I'm gonna get on my button up and put that shit on. Next up, this isn't a record I bought at Vertigo. Basically, the one time I went down to Vertigo Records, I was just shopping from the used hardcore and punk bin. And this looked good. I checked it out. This is a split 12-inch between Direct Control and Strung Up. I got it for $7.99. And it's on Tank Crimes and No Way Records. Both bands struck me as being good, and I can honestly tell you that I do not remember what this sounds like, and I should probably listen to it again, or if I'm not going to sit with it, send it along to someone who might. I have a couple of friends that you may know that are into punk and hardcore. But I remember liking it. It's just something that's not at the top of my listening pile. And lastly, this is a really cool 4-way split that my buddy Jake gave me. This is Teen Idols, SOA, Government Issue, and Youth Brigade. I think the Teen Idols was Ian MacKay's band. SOA was Henry Rollins' band when they were both young lads at the Haagen-Dazs, as we've all heard a million times. What are these, all DC bands, I'm assuming? This is a great split, actually. There's a lot of good songs on this record. Even Government Issue and Youth Brigade are really good. Again, much like the other one, I haven't listened to this a ton, but I have listened to this, and it is excellent hardcore. And if you have an idea in your mind what hardcore sounds like, it probably sounds just like this record. So we'll leave it at that. But we made it through. It's only been 30 minutes. I didn't keep you for too long. I appreciate y'all for watching. Hey there, pup. If you are a wallflower, have been a looky-loo, a lurker, hit subscribe. Hit that bell. Like, dislike, whatever you want to do. It all kind of goes to helping make the channel grow. I did mention a giveaway. I gotta keep forgetting about it. I gotta get that shit figured out. Figure out what I'm gonna give away in that thing. But appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope the non-metal era has not been too excruciating. Next one will be metal, I promise. Halloween, Manila Road's coming. Collection shit's coming. More streams are coming. More reviews. New Riding Christ coming this coming week. But I guess that's it. I appreciate y'all. Take care.